What up, though?
I'm Nia.
And I'm Brian.
And welcome to Having to Hold. You know, common issues in a marriage are not always found on the inside of the home, but often on the outside.
Yeah, those in-laws.
That's right. You chose your spouse, but you didn't choose their family. And you know what? That's part of the package too, when you said I do.
Listen, and I believe that there is a strong correlation with having in-law issues and lack of internal management. Internal management, man, that's simply your ability to manage the relationship with your family and your spouse. You know, and if my spouse is ever having any kind of issues with in-laws, it's likely that I haven't manned up, stepped to the plate, set clear boundaries and expectations as it relates to the position that my spouse holds. And man, she is first and second to none.
Well, baby, they didn't hear you.
She is first and second to none.
Right. And so you have the moms who often have issues with the daughter-in-laws, or the dads who have issues with the sons.
Well, I mean, and babe, you got to keep this in mind too. Those are the positions that became second. You know, you have that daughter who has always depended and counted on and listened to, sought advice from the daddy.
That's true.
You know, and so now it's almost like he's being demoted because someone else is pulling rank now. Someone else is giving the shots and making the calls. Same thing with the son and the mama. You know, this was the first woman that he's tried to impress.
Right.
And now there's a new woman in town. And it's that spouse. But you know what? We didn't have in-law issues like that, and we still don't have in-law issues or anything like that.
That's right.
And I thank God for that, man. Really.
But you know what? There was in the beginning of our marriage. Now, I'm close with my in-laws, but things did change a little bit when we got married. You know, Brian was always accessible. He was the go-to person. He was pretty much the man of the house. His mom was very dependent upon him, and my mother was too, believe it or not. He was the son that she never had.
Sign me up before I said I do.
and she called on him for, you know, odd end jobs here and there. But when you're married, you have this young couple who's, you know, just still on their honeymoon. They trying to be alone. They trying to bond. And you have the moms that still calling. And to me at that time, you know, it was just my thinking at that time, it just seemed to be a little excessive for newlyweds. And that became a problem for me.
You know what? And Nia, she initially thought she had a problem because of the request that she was making, you know, that they were making of me. But it was because I was, you know, still showing up, going to do the work. And if I didn't go and do the work for them, I would feel the pressure that I should be doing, I should be helping them out. But really, we later found out that what she was really having a problem with was my lack of internal management and my response to their requests.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. Because you would respond sometimes, let me check with Nia. So when you didn't show up, they automatically knew, oh, it was a problem with Nia. And remember when they started, both of them, my mom and his mom, would ask him to do things, and then they would ask him, but did you check with your mama first? Remember that?
Yeah.
Ooh, that got under my skin,
and
that really offended me. And they were being sarcastic.
You know what? And I know it wasn't their intention, but what they were doing was emasculating me.
They were.
You know, and if we didn't know any better, if we didn't have as good as a footing with each other, we, you know, so much history with each other, that could have possibly sown seeds of discord between me and my wife.
If we didn't have that good foundation and just sowing love, it could have been problematic for us, but it wasn't. And you know what? I know we're gonna catch it later. But moms, we love you.
Oh, we love y'all.
We love y'all.
Love you.
We just have to be transparent.
And listen, guys, we decided to share this because we said this is so rich and it's worth the whooping if we're gonna get a whooping after that.
That's right. And it's not just moms. It could be siblings.
That's right.
It could be cousins. It could be uncles and those mother-like aunties. You know, but the question is, from a God-centered perspective, how do we shift that dissension when you have it between, you know, the family that you were born into and that you love, and that with, you know, the spouse that you chose, the person you fell in love with, you know?
Absolutely, guys. And so we are so excited because we are launching a From Outlaw to Inlaw startup kit. Part 1 of 3 different videos. Now there's a total of 5 best practices that we're going to share with you guys.
Yes, and today we'll be sharing best practice number 1.
Yeah, and also guys, I want to tell you this. If you do the work, if you commit to doing the work and keep God centered, all things are possible. All things are possible. You know, and I'll say that we totally realize that you're just gonna have some in-laws that are gonna be just straight idiots, and you just
No.
Well, guys, we realize that you're gonna have some in-laws that are just gonna cut the monkey food, you know. Guys, we totally realize that every in-law is not going to cooperate. Man, they're just not going to get with the program. You know, we understand that because it's not their marriage. It's your marriage. And this is all about safeguarding, preserving, and guaranteeing that your marriage will be a winning marriage.
Yeah.
You know, and outside of Christ, your relationship is first. You know, your marriage is first and every other relationship is second.
That's right. And there's two disclaimers that we want to put out there. The first, we realize this is 2018 and the social construct of marriage is ever changing. However, we are traditional and our views are conservative, and we realize that everybody's not going to agree with that, and that's okay.
That's completely okay. And the second disclaimer is this word outlaw that we're using. It's strictly for fun. Strictly for fun, and it's just to categorize an in-law that may be causing static or issues in the marriage.
And an outlaw can also be a friend or an acquaintance in this case.
That's true, man. So listen, we are ready to launch. Are you ready? Buckle up, put your seatbelts on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Nathaniel.
Placid's funeral.
Placid.
You expecting somebody over here?
Well,
No.
Man, who in the world is that? I'll check it out.
you sure sound happily married. It's okay.
Hey, that's your daddy down there. I thought I asked you to talk to him about popping up over here without calling. Did you talk to him?
I did. I talked to him.
Well, apparently not, because he down there right now.
What? Boy, please. Okay, that's my daddy.
What's up, babe?
Hey.
What you doing?
Oh, nothing. Just going through this mail.
I think this is your sister's wedding invitation. Apparently she forgot that you've been married for 16 years. She still thinks you're a bachelor. So you're going to the wedding, Mr. Brian Hunter.
Girl, she didn't mean nothing by that. I'm gonna RSVP you. You can go with me.
No, she knew exactly what she was doing. Besides, I don't even want to go.
I heard her clothes were yellow and brown. I mean, who does that?
Set boundaries and expectations from day one.
Now, setting boundaries and expectations. This isn't an all-out broadcast to the entire family, but hey, you know those outlaws in your family and the tendencies that they have. It's about just setting the record straight, being matter of fact, and letting them know what your limits are and what you will and won't allow in your relationship.
Exactly. You know who's prone to meddle in your marriage.
That's right, or who's altogether messy.
Or who has the potential to try to put you against your spouse.
Right, or just always causing static in some form or fashion. Now, once you've identified this and you can foresee these issues with that particular outlaw, it's about cutting it off at the pass.
Cut it off.
It's about being direct, being specific, and just being matter of fact when you deal with them.
Listen, and being direct and specific sounds a little something like this. Nope, you can't call any time of the night or come over without calling first.
Nope, no secret meetings. And if you ask me to promise not to tell, just know that that does not include my spouse.
And nope, you don't have to like my spouse, but you gonna put some respect on it. On my spouse.
And it also means that when you put your mouth on my spouse, you're putting your mouth on me.
Right. Man, but listen, at the end of the day, people who truly love and care for you, they're gonna respect you, your boundaries, and everyone in them.
That's right. Now, we ask that you stay tuned and be looking out for part 2 and part 3 as we continue on with our From Outlaw to In-Law Starter Kit.
Guys, and may the love and peace of Christ encamp your household and your marriage.
Your winning marriage.